Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and this is day 16 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life and the 31 exclusive sketches. This amazing sketch is by Rebecca Lockhart Dykeman, and you can find her at Rebecca Lockhart Scraps, and you will not be sorry if you go find her. I am going to be using Vicki Boutin's Print Shop for the very first time. I got it a couple weeks ago, and I have just been waiting to use it. And so now I am pulling it out and creating a layout with it for today because it felt like it was one of the best kinds of collections to use to document my birthday. So I have the paper pad. I got the mixed media pad. I have all the embellishments pretty much that you could think of. There's only a couple things from this collection I did not buy. Well, I have now, but I haven't got them in yet. And then I pulled 3 different colors of Delusion's Shimmer Sprays by Diane Reevely. And I'm documenting these 3 pictures from my birthday in 2017. 2017. I had to think about it. So I have tons of paper options, lots of embellishment options, and my awesome colors over here, and these fun pictures, and this amazing sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I was going to use papers from the paper pad, but found this paper in the mixed media pad and thought this was perfect. Now, I'm not going to cheat and not, which really it's not cheating, guys, okay? Because if you want to use this and not do any mixed media, that's really not cheating. But I love mixed media and I love this paper is gorgeous. And so I decided that I would use it, but add to it. And like I said, it's not cheating if you just use the paper. I mean, I feel like I might have cheated a little when the concept of my layout for mixed media mayhem was to use mixed media papers. But, you know, it is what it is. And I still love the way it turned out. And really, that's the most important part. So I decided to pick a paper from the 6x8 to mat my pictures. And I decided I'd go with all blues and like a tealy bluey colors as well. And so I have 3 different colors that I am just package smashing into the layout. And I am using, Calypso Teal and Vibrant Turquoise and Blue Lagoon. So the way that the cursive-y kind of ink of writing on there, I had to really look at it to see what it said. So I am just smashing all 3 of those colors in, mostly where the blue is on the outsides of that, but also because in her sketch, she's got the ink going all the way to the top right corner, and I wanted to do that as well. So I did, and I love the way this turned out. I mean, I knew I was going to love this because I love this collection and the pictures are fun and I'm excited about them. But I mean, I just love the way this turned out. And, you know, at the end of a layout, you can look at it and be like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Or, you know, this wouldn't be my first choice, something I will linger over in the future, but it's good enough. I've got a memory documented. That's all good. And then sometimes you look at it and you just say, oh my gosh, this might be one of my favorite layouts, you know? So this is somewhere in that ballpark because I do love that. And I, before doing anything else, add in some Brutus Monroe Chroma Mist in Ornament Gold. And I love the shine and shimmer of that. It's not in your face. I'm still learning how to best tap it out on my page. I think I'm going to have to start getting a paintbrush or something because the way the little tube is long and curvy, it doesn't tap out like my Delusion sprays or my Tim Holtz. I am just taking this piece of paper right here and laying it down because the gold takes a little longer to dry, and I don't want to smear it and make big messes. I don't mind little smushes like I end up with the top left. I like that. It adds a little bit of character. You can see it right there. But I don't want it to be like a big smear across the page. So I just pat that little piece of scrap paper that I have. So I'm going to start by putting my larger 4x4 picture in the middle, a little tilted. And I did put some of my Scotch Tape Runner on the outside, but I am adding the Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive Liquid in the middle of that. So since it's going on some mixed media, not like it's a ton of mixed media where that picture is going to go, but it's better safe than sorry. And so I figured I would go ahead and use a little Nuvo Deluxe. And I do the same with the 2x2 pictures that I put up here. Now, they have a little bit thicker of a border because I wanted them to. I wanted them to kind of stand out from all that blue in the background. And there's a little bit of white in this paper that I matted it on. And then I went through my embellishments and pulled out a ton of these florals and leaves. I just pulled out anything tealy blue. At this point, I wasn't sure that I was sticking to just blue. So that's why I have some of the yellow up there. But I pull out these little leafy bits, and there's a wreath on her layout or on her sketch. And I have papers in my collection. Maybe not. I can't even remember for sure if it's in this collection, but I do have collections with like wreaths. And I always think, what am I going to do with that? So this would have been a good time to use one of those. But I'm so happy with the way this turned out that I'm just great. I'm really happy that I decided to use these little leafy bits to create this circle. And I didn't have to create like a circle to make to like form it around, because like typically it would have looked like a egg, because I am terrible at making shapes without some kind of stencil. But somehow this worked out just lovely like for me. So I am putting the florals around to where they make the circle complete. So I don't want any gaps or holes between where one thing starts and another thing ends. So if there is a place like that, then I am adding a floral there to cover it up. And there will be a little bit of the pictures covered. I am perfectly okay with that. Some of that isn't necessary to be seen. I mean, there's not a lot that I could cover in the pictures just because they're 2x2. So, so I just put the florals flat around there, but then this floral starting here, and then I'm going to bring in a couple more that I put up on foam, but the majority of the florals are flat to the page. And then I put 3 florals up on some fun foam. And I use up some scrap fun foam. That makes me happy because I cut little bits and pieces and I keep it all. I mean, it's not terribly expensive, but you can't always find the fun foam that's got sticky on one side. So, and then I have this little, it's kind of like a paint swatch, and it says this here, and I love that. It's in that greeny blue color, so I tuck that in, and like I said before, these are pictures from my birthday, and I will be doing one more layout later this month, towards the end of the month, and it will also be of my birthday, so I'm using Print Shop again, even though I'm not trying to double up on the collections I use, but because it's going to be a matching page, or at least next to each other, I wanted to go ahead and use the same collection. So this was just my adventures for that day on my birthday, and we had gone out to celebrate, and this is the end of the day. We went and got ice cream and then came home and I opened presents. And so the little pictures are me opening my presents, and that middle picture is us after we got done with our ice cream. And so I just love the fun that we are having. I know that this was a really good day. Now that I think about it, I think this is 2018 because this is the year my dad died. And I think that this was one of those, things where I felt like I was overly spoiled. And that's okay. Most of my pictures for the 30 Days of Sketches are from 2018 because that's the year that I'm mostly working on, although I'm bringing some 2017 and of course the current year into it as well. So I used a couple of the hearts from the puffy hearts, and I just kind of scatter them in a couple of different places, and I use the teal and blue, and then I also bring in a couple of the chipboard ones from the thicker set that are little circles with hearts. It brings in a little gold. I also have a couple of stars on there that have a little gold on them, so I try and put those kind of scattered around to where they're not all in one place. But I really didn't want to bring any other color in. I decided that I wanted this to be predominantly monochrome. The only color that really is there is a hint of like a peachy color on the bird in the top right corner, and then the two white flowers that have the teal in the middle, they have a hint of like a peachy color on them. And now I'm just trying to decide if I need to do anything else. And on her sketch, it kind of looks like there's a drawn border around the pictures or a cutout frame, and so I decided just to take this zig pen and draw a sketchy border around the pictures, and I really do love the way that that looks. It is not in your face, but it is something that you can see, and I think that it adds a lot of character and brings your eye to the pictures in the middle. So just making sure everything is stuck down really good. Here is her sketch again. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. And I even use the same color as her pretty much. And then I'm going to show you the close-ups. So I hope that you will go in the description box below and go to the playlist, because that is where all the amazing things are happening. There is so much inspiration to be had there. You can start back on day 1 and work your way through all the way through the entire month. There will be hundreds and hundreds of videos there because there are tons of people who are participating, some every day, some a couple times in the month, some more than that, some less. So I hope you'll go check that out. Please go check out Rebecca Lockhart's YouTube channel. She is amazing, especially with mixed media. So I hope again that I will see you again very soon. Have a great day and happy scrapping.